Now this is happening in many countries in the world. Actually, it's not just in 2020. Actually, even in other years, this used to happen. For example, in the Sudan, in Venezuela, Lebanon, Zimbabwe, Turkey, Suriname, Argentina, Ethiopia, Iran. Now these are countries where economy is very unstable, not just from inflation point of view, but even from other point of view. For example, for Iran and Turkey, there are sanctions. There are many sanctions on these countries. So, Syria, Zimbabwe, these are poor countries. Lebanon, poor country. So economy is very mismanaged in this country, and hence you see high inflation. So regardless of the time, you will almost always see high inflation rate in these countries. And when it is out of control, like above 20% or something, it's called hyperinflation. That means it's beyond your control then. Yeah, here is even the longer list where you see a very high inflation. But this is inflation in European countries, where you see inflation being more than 10%. Now you don't expect inflation to be higher in European countries. You can expect in African countries, in some of these more less developed countries. But even in the European countries at the moment, Turkey is an exception. But even other countries, we see more than 10% of inflation. For example, in Russia, in Lithuania, in Ukraine. Okay, in Ukraine, Russia, you can expect, because war is going on, so you can expect the prices to be higher. That people normally view Sudan to always having high inflation, but actually it's not always true. Sorry, not Sudan, Venezuela. But sometimes you also expect other countries to have high inflation, such as now it is Sudan. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so we were in the European countries were having high inflation. Turkey, very high inflation, especially the Eastern European countries where you see very high inflation, right? Russia, even Estonia, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Romania. Yeah, but in the Western European countries, I think it's still high, but it's still under somewhat control. And we'll come to that. I think in the next slide we have the more Western European countries, in Netherlands, United Kingdom, Belgium, Spain, Germany. The inflation rate is more than 5% there also. These are developed countries, matured economies. You expect the inflation to be somewhere around 5% or even less than 5%. But inflation in Netherlands is 9%. It's quite high actually, almost touching 10%. In Germany it is 7.4%. So even in the developed economies, almost all places it is quite high. In the United Kingdom it is 9%, which is very, very high. So interesting. Okay, but there are some countries where you see the inflation to be under control. It is some of the lowest in the world. And interestingly, South Sudan is a different country. I didn't know that, but it has inflation rate of negative 8%. So Sudan is having the highest interest rate, and South Sudan is the lowest in the world. And that's quite interesting actually. So what exactly is the difference between South Sudan and Sudan? That Sudan is having the highest inflation rate of 260%, whereas South Sudan is having a negative 8.5% of inflation rate. Yeah. There are other countries also like Bolivia and Maldives, Afghanistan, Hong Kong, where you see the inflation rate to be very, very low. I can imagine in a country like Afghanistan, the inflation rate to be low, because there is no growth happening there. But I think what is noteworthy, what is important to note here, is that countries like Malaysia, countries like Saudi Arabia, China, Hong Kong, these countries, Maldives, these countries have been able to control inflation, which is superb actually, especially China. China is growing at a very fast rate. I think it's only even during the pandemics, actually it grew. There was no negative GDP growth there. And for the last many years now, last couple of decades already, China has been growing at over 7 to 8% a year, and inflation is expected to be a bit high, like about 9%, 10%, consistently in China. But it's quite the opposite right now there. It's 2%, which is amazing actually. So I think the world, the countries should learn from China as to what China did right, the other country did not do, and the lessons should be learned from China actually, not just how they managed the pandemic, how they grew despite the pandemic, but also how they actually managed to control inflation. All right. So this is the projected annual inflation in 2020. 50%, more than 50%. In Russia, see in the Asian part, Russia is where you see a very high inflation. But there are also some African countries where you see the red traffic light, right? So very high inflation. But China, for example, here in Asia is green. Blue, which is less than 5% inflation. So is Australia, and there are some South American countries, like 1 or 2 countries, some African countries also, which less than 5% inflation. So, yeah. In the US, it is supposed to be around 5 to 10%. Maybe it might cross even 10%. You never know. But until now, it hasn't crossed 10%. It has reached to 9.1%, and the last few months it has gone to 8.5%. One thing to note here is that in inflation, you can't just measure inflation for a given month actually. You have to take a moving average or an average inflation for, let's say, 6 months. That's a clear picture. In fact, in Federal Reserve, when they report something, they also take an average of it, because that might fluctuate a bit. So you need to take a moving average or just a simple average for at least couple of months, 3 months minimum, but it could also be 6 months. Only then you will get a clearer picture. Otherwise, the inflation rates actually keep on fluctuating over months. Sometimes sometimes goes up, then it goes down. But to get a clear picture, you need to take an average of couple of months. So why are we experiencing high inflation in the world at the moment? Not just in the US or the Europe, but almost in most major economy, with the exception of China and Hong Kong, Malaysia. I'm also not talking about the Sudan and Venezuela, where you have inflation all the time, high inflation all the time, hyperinflation all the time. I'm talking about more the economy like India or European economies, Eastern European, Western European, Canada, and then the US. So supply chain issues started actually from last year itself, when we came out of pandemic, and it got aggravated after the first quarter of this year, followed by the war, which resulted in high commodity prices, energy costs rised, and when energy cost was higher, it had an impact on the food prices as well. So the prices of the food items just went up quite drastically. Then bad weather also and other climatic conditions had also an impact. For instance, this year the temperature in the Europe was perhaps highest in many decades now. That has an adverse impact. So weather impact and climatic impact will always have an impact from now on, especially from the last couple of decades. We have seen that the impact of climate change is now being seen not just on normal life, but also on the economy, and we see here some direct impact on inflation as well.